So bad news in the entertainment industry today. One of the most respected and durable and long-lasting actors in entertainment history, TV, movies, Dean Stockwell. What a talent. He has passed away from natural causes at the age of 85. Now, this podcast will take a quick look at some of the highlights of his career, talking about his dedicated roles. He started his career in 1945 at the age of 9. Now, Robert Dean Stockwell, born L.A. March 5th, 1936, into a Hollywood family, was an American film and TV actor, again, with a career spanning nearly 8 decades. As a child actor on a contract at MGM, he first came to the public attention in films such as Anchors Away, The Green Years, A Gentleman's Agreement, and The Boy with Green Hair. He was also the lead role in Kim. As a young adult, he played a lead role in 1957 Broadway and 59 screen adaptations of Compulsion. And in 1962, Stockwell played Edmund Tyrone in the film version of Long Day's Journey into Night, for which he won a Best Actor award at the Cannes Film Festival. Big supporting roles over his career as well, including the original version of Dune in 1984, the independent hit Paris, Texas, the film noir To Live and Die in L.A., Blue Velvet, and the Eddie Murphy vehicle, no pun intended, Beverly Hills Cop 2. He received further critical acclaim for his performance in Married to the Mob in 1988, for which he was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He also had big roles in The Player and Air Force One. His television roles included probably his most memorable as Rear Admiral Albert L. Calvici in Quantum Leap between 1989 and 1993, and Brother Cavill in the Sci-Fi Channel revival of Battlestar Galactica. Following his roles on Quantum Leap and Battlestar Galactica, Stockwell was a major fixture at numerous science fiction conventions. Now, from 1936, he was born for Hollywood, literally, in the North Hollywood section of LA, and grew up between there and New York City. Stockwell was born in a family of entertainers. He was the younger son of Elizabeth Betty Stockwell and Harry Stockwell, an actor and lyric baritone singer, to New York productions of Carousel and Oklahoma. He was also the voice of Prince Charming in the Disney film Snow White. His elder brother was television and film actor Guy Stockwell. His stepmother, Nina Olivetti, was an actress, comedian, singer, and toe dancer in burlesque and theater in New York and throughout North America. His mother's family was Italian. Now, Stockwell's father was appearing on Broadway in Oklahoma when he heard about a play, Innocent Voyage, by Paul Osborne, that was looking for child actors. As a result, Stockwell's mother took their 2 sons down to audition. Both boys were successful. Stockwell's part was small and the play only had a short run, but it led to a contract with MGM. The studio eventually cast Stockwell in a small role in The Valley of Decision, a popular melodrama. Producer Joe Pasternak gave him a bigger part in Anchors Away in 45, alongside, get this, Frank Sinatra and Gene Kelly, in which Stockwell played the nephew of Katherine Grayson. The film was so popular, MGM put him a key role in The Green Years as Robert Shannon, an Irish Catholic orphan who grows up in a Scottish Presbyterian household. It was an enormous hit. He also made a brief appearance in the MGM schoolroom during the chase sequence of Abbott and Costello in Hollywood, which is 1945. 20th Century Fox then borrowed him for Home Sweet Homicide with Peggy Ann Garner, where he was Bill Fort. He also co-starred with Wallace Beery in The Mighty McGurk at MGM, was a remake of The Champ, which Beery had previously made with Jackie Cooper. He also had a lead in a short, A Really Important Person. Stockwell also had supporting roles in Arnello Affair, The Romance of Rosie Ridge, where he played Johnny Lee's brother, and Song of the Thin Man, 47, Bill Forth, as the son of William Powell and Myrna Loy's main characters. Stockwell said later, I have very positive feelings regarding both of them. They were very sweet people, especially Myrna, and that cute little dog, Asta. I like that little dog. Nevertheless, Stockwell found the experience of being a child actor difficult overall, saying in later reports, I didn't enjoy acting particularly, because when I was young, I thought it was a lot of work. There were a few films that I enjoyed, there were comedies, but they were not important films. They weren't very successful, so I was pretty much known as a serious kid. I got those kind of roles, and I didn't care for them very much. Now, Fox borrowed him again to play Gregory Peck's son in Gentleman's Agreement, the Academy Award winner, a film which Stockwell Stockwell didn't like doing it all because it was so serious. In other words, when I would find out I was going to do another movie, my mother would always bring that news to me, and the first question I would always ask was, is there a crying scene in the movie? And there almost always was. He eventually played an orphan runaway, longing to go to sea in deep waters in 1948. He was then borrowed by RKO to play the title role in The Boy with Green Hair, directed by Joseph Losey, a notorious flop for the Doan-Scary regime. Stockwell said that during the production, I did feel I was part of something that meant something to me. It was important. Now, back at Fox, he was cast as Lionel Barrymore's grandson and Richard Widmark's protege in Down to the Sea in Ships, before supporting the young Margaret O'Brien at MGM in The Secret Garden, which was a heavy box office disappointment, despite with all the promise of the movie. Stockwell later described the picture as more crying scenes and temper tantrums, but I enjoyed very much working with Margaret. She was a very talented little actress. Now, in MGM's popular Stars of My Crown 1950, which he did not enjoy doing, he said, he was billed third after Joan McRae and Ellen Drew. Stockwell was top billed in The Happy Years, which lost a considerable amount of money for the studio, then played a title role in Kim alongside Errol Flynn and Paul Luca, a big commercial success. At 51, he appeared in the lead role alongside Joe McRae in the Western at Universal, the very underrated Cattle Drive. If you can pick that up or see a version, that'd be great. Now, Stockwell graduated from Alexander Hamilton High School in L.A. and attended the University of California. Food! For a year before dropping out. I was unhappy and could not get along with people, he later said. During his time at UC Berkeley, Stockwell immersed himself in music and wrote several small compositions. Now, Stockwell was kind of in semi-retirement here. He took a number of years off and resumed his acting career as an adult in 1956. He eventually guest starred on shows such as Front Row Center, Matinee Theater, Schuetz Playhouse, the U.S. Steel Hour, Climax, Men of Annapolis, Cimarron City, GE Theater, and Wagon Train. Now, in 1957, he played Jimmy Drew, brother to Shelley Winters, and a Ruth Owens story. He also had a supporting role in a Western, Gun for a Coward, and a lead role in a low-budget teen melodrama, The Careless Years, the featured directorial debut of the great Arthur Hiller. It was made for Bryna Productions, the company of Kirk Douglas. Stockwell eventually signed a 5-year deal with the company, but this was the only film he made for Douglas's group. In 1957, he starred as Judd Steiner, in a Broadway adaptation of Compulsion based on the Leopold and Loeb story. He later reprised his role to the 1959 film version, and he and his Compulsion co-stars Orson Welles and Bradford Dillman shared the 1959 Cannes Film Award for Best Actor. Very underrated movie, but again, stunt casting with Stockwell, because it was always dominated every scene, so he was supposed to be the weaker of the two, but you have to see it for yourself. I don't want to give it away. Now, Stockwell again continued to work heavily in TV and such shows as Playhouse 90, Johnny Statico, and Buick Electra Playhouse. Now, Stockwell then married actress Millie Perkins on April 15, 1960, and the same year he played a coal miner, Walter Morell's son, Paul Morell, in the British film Sons and Lovers, alongside Trevor Howard and Wendy Hiller. Stockwell later called it a very delightful film to do. He continued to work mostly on television, including in episodes of Checkmate, The DuPont Show with June Allyson, Outlaws, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Hallmark Hall of Fame, The Joke in the Valley, Bus Stop, Alcoa Premiere, The Alfred Hitchcock Hour, Dick Powell Theater, and of course the infamous Quality of Mercy episode of Twilight Zone, where he played an American soldier who's transformed into a Japanese soldier to see both sides of the war. A Quality of Mercy, one of the best TZ episodes of all time. Now, he also did a 6-episode arc of Dr. Kildare as well. Now, in 1962, Stockwell and Perkins broke up and then divorced. He subsequently appeared in an adaptation of Eugene O'Neill's play Long Day's Journey in the Night with Katharine Hepburn, Ralph Richardson, and Jason Roberts, under the direction of the great Sidney Lumet. Now, Stockwell later called it an intense and rewarding experience as I've had. He subsequently guest starred on Combat, The Greatest Show on Earth, The Defenders, The 11th Hour, Crafts and Spence Theater, Burke's Law, and of course that Dr. Kildare 6-episode series. Stockwell had also had a supporting part in the feature Rapture in 1965. Now, in the mid-1960s, Stockwell dropped out of show business to become active in the Topanga Canyon hippie subculture as a close friend of visual arts artist George Herms and Wallace Berman, fellow child actor and dropout Russ Tamlin, and of course Neil Young. I did some drugs and went to some love-ins, he later said. The experience of those days provided me a huge panoramic view of my existence that I didn't have before. I have no regrets. Now, Stockwell returned to acting with a supporting role in Psych Out, which co-starred Susan Strasberg and Jack Nicholson. He guest starred on 30-Minute Theatre in Britain, the FBI in Bonanza, and also played the lead in AIP's The Dunwich Horror with Sandra Dee. Not a very good movie, but if you can find it, go see it. He also had a key part in Dennis Hopper's The Last Movie. In 1985, Stockwell said this film is a great picture. It was ahead of its time and still is. It will gain respect over the years. Dennis Hopper is a marvelous director. Now, Stockwell guest starred on Mannix, the FBI once again, Night Gallery, Orson Welles' Great Mysteries, and Mission Impossible, and had to lead in some TV movies, including Paperman and The Falling of Raymond, and was a support part in the adventures of Nick Carter. Now, Stockwell also had a lead in the biker movie The Loners, the last film of Sam Katzman, which Stockwell called a mess, and the horror comedy The Werewolf of Washington, the script for which he said had a brilliant edge to it. It was satirical, political, funny, witty, and wonderful, but the director ruined it, according to Stockwell. Now, during the mid-1970s, he also designed a distinctive cover of rocker Neil Young's American Stars in Bars, so a multifaceted artist. Now, he continued to guest star on TV on numerous shows, including Police Surgeon, The Streets of San Francisco, Columbo, Joe Forster, Treefer Road, Cannon, Ellery Queen, Police Story, McCloud, Tales of the Unexpected, Greatest Heroes of the Bible, Heart to Heart, The A-Team, and Simon & Simon. He also appeared in occasional features such as The Pacific Connection, Win, Place, or Steal, One Ton Ton, The Dog Who Saved Hollywood, Tracks with Dennis Hopper, One Away, A Killing Affair, She Came to the Valley, Born to be Sold, and Wrong is Right. Now, on December 15, 1981, Stockwell married his second wife, Jo Marchenko, a textile expert who worked in Morocco. The following year, Stockwell and Neil Young together directed and appeared in Human Highway. He also starred in Alcino and the Condor, a Nicaraguan film, and To Kill a Stranger. By this time, Stockwell had moved to Teos, New Mexico, and was depressed about the state of his career, turning to real estate to pay the bills. On November 5, 1983, his wife gave birth to their son, Austin. Now, from here, a very weird thing happened. Hollywood didn't forget about Dean Stockwell. They were saying where he was, and the mainstream comeback and success was very, very quick, and this is how it started. In 1984, he appeared in Wim Wenders' critically acclaimed film Paris, Texas, and in the same year in David Lynch's film version of Dune as Wellington Yu. In between, he appeared in Fox Mystery Theater. Stockwell later said, after Paris, Texas, and Dune, I think I got a pretty good start to what amounts to a third career, what I would consider a fourth career. Between 1985 and 1988, he was one of the busiest character actors around, appearing in 14 big-screen movies and one telefilm. In 1985, he turned to a brief significant role as attorney Bob Grimes in William Friedkin's To Live and Die in L.A. He was also in The Legend of Billie Jean, an episode of Miami Vice, and Papa Was a Preacher. Stockwell's second wife, Marchenko, Sophia, was born on August 5, 1985. Now, in 1986, he made an appearance in another Lynch production, the neo-noir thriller Blue Velvet, playing a very strange singer. You have to see to believe. He was in episodes of also in Hunter and Murder, She Wrote, and the films Gardens of Stone, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Kenny Rogers at The Gambler Part 3, The Legend Continues, The Time Guardian, Bonsai Runner, and The Blue Iguana. In 1988, he was nominated for Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his performance as Mafia boss Tony the Tiger Russo in the comedy Married to the Mob, which co-starred Michelle Pfeiffer. Stockwell later called it the favorite part I've ever had in the film. I just felt that the part was just perfect for me, and I had a way to approach it that I thought was just right, and it turned out that way. Now, he also had roles in the big hit Tucker, The Man in His Dream from Coppola, Smokescreen, The Brazilian, The Long Haul, and the reboot of Twilight Zone, Buying Time, and Limit Up. Now, in 1989, Stockwell appeared as second lead in the show Quantum Leap, which ran for 5 seasons. During the series run, Stockwell appeared in Catch Fire, directed by Hopper, Citizen Soldier, which was originally shot in 76 but came out in 1990, Sandito, Son of the Morning Star, The Player, Shame, Captain Planet, The Planeteers, Friends and Enemies, and Fatal Memories. Now, in the Quantum Leap, that will take another podcast. Basically, the Scott Bakula character was going into time travel and different lives of different people and solve problems. Where the Dean Stockwell character was his guide. That will take like 3 or 4 podcasts to talk about it. Now, following the end of Quantum Leap, Stockwell appeared in Bonanza Return, Caught in the Act, In the Line of Duty, The Price of Vengeance, Chasers, Vanishing Son 2, Justice in a Small Town, The Innocent, Madonna, Innocent Loss, Deadline for Murder from the Files of Edna Buchanan, and The Langoliers. He tried another regular series, Street Gear 95, but only lasted 13 episodes. He was also in episodes of Snowy River, The McGregor Saga, Nowhere Man, The Commish, Can't Hurry Love, and Ink. He also had roles in the comedy Mr. Wrong, Naked Souls, Twilight Man, Unabomber, The True Story, Last Resort, Close to Danger, Living in Peril, McHale's Navy, Midnight Blue, Air Force One, The Shadow Men, The Rainmaker, and Sinbad, The Battle of the Dark Nights. Stockwell also was a regular on the Tony Danza Show in 98, which only ran 14 episodes. He was also in Restraining Order, Water Damage, The Venice Project, Rites of Passage, and What Katie Did. Now, Stockwell's performances in the 2000s were varied, including They Nests, In Pursuit, Batman Beyond, Return to Joker, Animated, The Flunky, Italian Ties, CQ, directed by Coppola's son Roman, The Quickie, Buffalo Soldiers, Inferno, the reboot of The Manchurian Candidate, The Deal, and The Nanny Express. Also a visual artist, Stockwell exhibited collage and sculpture in Teos in 2009. He also guest starred on First Monday, Star Trek Enterprise with his co-star Scott Bakula, Stargate SG-1, Jag, and Crash. Crash with Dennis Hopper. He also has a semi-regular part on Battlestar Galactica from 2008 on as John Cavill. He made a minor appearance in a new 2000 adaptation of Dunwich Horror, followed by roles in the films COG, Max Rose, Deep into Darkness, and Persecuted. As of 2005, he was a normal resident of Teos, and reunited with Bakula in a 2014 episode of NCIS New Orleans, titled Chasing Ghosts, and the following year appeared in the film Entertainment. Now, in 2017, it was reported by his ex-wife Joy that he had suffered and recovered from a stroke in 2015, but was retired from acting. Now, Stockwell's death came to light on November 7th, 2021, as he passed away at age 85. Now, Stockwell was also a avowed environmentalist, as he campaigned for the Democratic Party in the 92 U.S. presidential election. Food! Now, if we're going to look at the awards and honors, of course, the only Academy Award nomination was at Married to the Mob in 88, Best Supporting Actor. Now, he won 2 Cannes Awards for Best Actor, Shared for Compulsion in 59, and also for Long Day's Journey into Night in 62. Now, at the Golden Globes, he won a special award in 1947 for Gentleman's Agreement. He was nominated Best Actor for Sons and Lovers in 1960, and for Quantum Leap, he won 1 Best Supporting Actor in a miniseries of television and film, and was nominated twice. Now, Primetime Emmys, he was nominated 4 times for Quantum Leap, losing in 90, 91, 92, 93. Viewers for Quality Television, he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in a Quality Drama Series, won in 91, lost in 92. Critics Association, Boston Society of Film Critics, Best Supporting Actor for Tucker the Man Easy Dream. Chicago Film Critics Association, Best Supporting Actor, he was nominated for Married to the Mob and Tucker the Man Easy Dream. National Society of Film Critics won for Best Supporting Actor for Tucker the Man Easy Dream. Kansas City Film Critics and New York Film Critics for 88 won for Married to the Mob and Tucker the Man Easy Dream. So one of the most diverse actors. And put it this way, if Dean wasn't in something, it wasn't because he turned it down. I think he accepted everything. But the 75 years he put in to movies and television, he should have been recognized with an honorary Oscar long before he passed away. I think when people look at his body of work, they're just going to, like, he outlived 4 generations of critics. The people who criticized him died and a new generation showed up. He started being nominated again. But it's kind of ironic. He was, you look at it this way, for example. First nominated for a Golden Globe in 1947. Last nominated for a Golden Globe 46 years later for Quantum Leap in a totally different performance. And he was, like I said, the main Film Critics Association, Boston, Chicago, National, and New York. They saw him as being, the actor's actor. Now, the best way to describe his acting is what you saw is what you get. I really enjoyed him, and Quantum Leap, that's one of his favorite, but a lot of members of my family enjoy him in his earlier Hollywood work. Some enjoy him in what I call these Dennis Hopper movies. But like I said, he will be missed. It's kind of weird. We don't remember a history about Hollywood like we should. But Dean Stockwell will probably go down as one of the last keystones of MGM to pass away, because they were building a foundation on the young actors, and Stockwell was there for a lot of those productions. And it's hard to believe he never won an Oscar. Even honorary, it's pretty bizarre. Maybe if anybody's listening to this wants to lobby the Academy to give him an honorary Oscar for a body of work, he's the guy that deserved it. Anyway, so that's a legend in the life of Dean Stockwell. If you like what we're doing here, remote control and screenshots, columns, let us know with a like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any memories of Dean Stockwell, let us know. Tremendous career, and he did everything. He saw everything. And like he said, he did a hippie experience too. He probably did everything. Women, drugs, and all that. So, hey, you got to live your life, and he lived it. It's a life well lived. Thanks for listening. Bye.